From the moment you clicked on this video, a doorway you did not even know you were searching for opened right in front of you. It is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. There are things in life that only appear at the exact moment your soul has quietly reached a limit and must be awakened. This is not a regular message. This is a calling meant specifically for souls that carry a different mark. For those who seem lost in this world but are actually standing at the very beginning of a sacred journey. You can feel it, cannot you? A slight vibration deep in your chest, as if someone is touching the part of you that you have tried to hide your entire life. Welcome to Prophetic History Explained. And right now, I want you to truly prepare yourself for what is about to be revealed. Because if you are hearing these words, it means you have stepped into a moment when the universe has decided it will not let you stay asleep for even one more second. You are about to understand why your life has never looked like anyone else's. Why you have always felt that you do not really fit into the world around you, even though you have tried so hard that you ended up exhausted. Try looking back at the years you have lived. Since you were a child, you already knew that you were seeing the world through a completely different lens. When other people were happily chasing simple pleasures, you were feeling layers of depth that they never noticed. When they believed whatever someone said, you sensed the invisible vibrations hidden behind that person's voice. When they easily melted into the crowd, you were the one standing on the edge, watching, understanding, and seeing clearly one thing they would never understand. You did not belong there. Even when you laughed, even when you talked, even when you tried to act normal, there was still a secret distance separating you from everything. A distance that even you could not explain just by using logic. And then there were moments when you asked yourself, why am I this different? Why is there no one like me? Why does everything inside me feel so deep, so heavy, so painfully real compared to what everyone else seems to feel? You once thought that was a flaw, something abnormal, even a curse that made you feel lonely, even when you were surrounded by laughter. But chosen one, the truth is the complete opposite. That difference has never been a burden. It is the very first signal of a calling that comes from a place your human mind cannot reach. You did not come into this world just to survive. You came because you carry a soul design that not everyone has. Your map, the one written long before your body was formed, already carried a different pattern. You were born with emotional intelligence that runs deeper than most people, with intuition that is stronger than most people, and with a heart that is easily moved by things others never pay attention to. Those things cannot be taught. They cannot be copied. They can only exist if you were chosen to carry them. This world has never truly understood you. It was not built to understand you. That is exactly why you always feel as if you are living outside of everyone else's life, as if you are watching a stage that you never really belong to. But deep inside, you have always known that something has been waiting for you. A message. A direction. A missing piece that can explain everything you have felt since you were young. That moment is now. This is the calling. This is the activation. This is the beginning of the part of your life you were always meant to walk into. The part of awakening, of discovering who you are and why you have always been different from everyone else. It is not a mistake. It is not random. It is because your soul has been marked to carry a mission that only those who are truly chosen are able to hold. And if you feel your heart beating faster, if you feel your body slightly trembling, if you feel as if some deep part of you is starting to open its eyes, then understand that it is not this video that is doing something to you. It is your own soul recognizing the truth in what you are hearing. Before we go deeper into this journey, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel so that Prophetic History Explained has the strength to continue bringing you messages that are deep, powerful and necessary for your awakening. Do that right now, because what is ahead of you is much greater than anything you have heard so far. Chosen one, it is time for you to understand one of the deepest secrets about yourself, something you have always felt but never knew how to put into words. Have you ever wondered why the moment you step into a crowded room, you immediately feel suffocated even though no one has done anything to you? Why sometimes just one short meeting can leave you completely drained, as if the energy in your body has been sucked dry? And why your mind always feels clearer and sharper when you are alone? These reactions are not random, and they are not signs of weakness. They are the first proof of a truth your soul has known for a long time. You are operating at a frequency that is very different from the majority. This world moves on countless layers of energy. Human beings cannot see them with their eyes, but they live, breathe, and exchange energy with one another every single second. Most people remain stuck in lower vibrations that are created from fear, anxiety, trauma, ego, and wounds that never healed. But you are walking around with an entirely different energy field. Long before you knew it, your soul was already connected to a higher, purer light source. You are not just more sensitive than others. You are deeply connected to a layer of energy that most people have never touched. This is what creates the mismatch between you and them. You feel something as clearly as if it were air pressing against your skin while everyone else is completely unaware of it. When you walk into a crowd, their energy collides with yours like two rivers flowing in opposite directions. It does not mean they are bad people, and it does not mean you are better than them. It is simply the natural law of energy. Frequencies that do not match will push against each other, creating a tension that only you can feel. Think about it. How many times have you felt overwhelmed by invisible information just by walking past someone? How many times has your heart turned heavy just from standing in a group where everyone seemed to be laughing and talking normally? How many times have you sensed a thick and gloomy atmosphere even though no one said anything negative? That is because low energy always tries to cling to strong light. Not to destroy you, but because your light unconsciously shines on what they are not ready to face. Your presence alone can pull their shadows to the surface. Their unconscious resistance, that reaction that seems to come out of nowhere, is often what makes you feel your energy drop. Many chosen ones only need one short conversation with someone who carries a lot of pain, and they feel exhausted for the rest of the day. It is not because you are too sensitive. It is because your energy field is constantly adjusting, responding, and trying to stay balanced in the middle of chaotic frequencies around you. This is not something most people have to deal with because they are not sensitive enough to notice those collisions. But you are different. You feel each layer of energy, even if it only flickers in someone's mind for a brief second. And then, there are times when you feel completely out of sync with the world. People are talking, but you cannot join in. They are laughing, but you cannot find any comfort in their joy. They dismiss what you consider serious, and they exaggerate what you find meaningless. It is not because you are arrogant. It is because your frequency and theirs are not on the same plane. That difference creates distance, even when you are not trying to create it. The irony is that your light triggers sensitivity in other people in a way that makes them uncomfortable. Some feel uneasy around you and they do not know why. Some feel exposed in front of you, even though you are not trying to see through them. Some avoid you, even when you simply stand there in silence. This is the natural result of light touching darkness. It makes the things they try to hide inside themselves become clearer, and not everyone is ready to face their own reflection. So, chosen one, you do not need to think that you are hard to get close to or that you do not know how to fit in. You were not created to blend in. You were created to see deeper, to feel more, and to exist as a different frequency in a world that is constantly shaking. It is not that you cannot handle the crowd, it is that the crowd cannot handle your energy. When you understand this truth, you will stop blaming yourself and stop forcing yourself to step into environments that are not right for you. You will realize that this mismatch is not a flaw. It is a sign that you are connected to a layer of energy that only those who are truly chosen can reach. This is the deeper reason why you cannot stay around too many people. And it is also the reason why you are beginning to see more clearly the path that your soul truly belongs to. Chosen one. There has been a season in your life when you kept asking why you fell into stretches of loneliness, times when you were separated from everything familiar. You wondered why people who were once close to you suddenly drifted away, why doors that used to stand open suddenly closed, and why you always felt pushed into quiet spaces that you never consciously chose. But there is a truth that only marked souls can truly understand. Your isolation is not an accident, and it is definitely not a punishment. It is a sacred strategy, a training period that has been carefully designed just for your journey. Chosen one, you need to know that there has never been a single chosen soul in history who began their mission in the middle of a crowd. Every one of them was called into a place of stillness before the light inside them was allowed to shine out. Look at the stories carved into humanity's memory. Moses did not discover his true nature while living in the comfort of a palace. Elijah did not hear his deepest calling until he hid himself away in a cave. Even the one who was sent to guide humanity did not begin his mission without first walking through silent nights on the mountain, alone with the sky and the Creator. They were separated from the world not because they were not good enough, but because the world could not reach the depth they were about to enter. You are the same. Every time you are pulled out of crowded places, every time a relationship falls away and you do not understand why, every time you feel as if the entire universe has pressed the pause button on your life, understand that this is guidance. God pulls you away from the noise not to drown you in loneliness, but so that you can hear what you would never be able to hear in the crowd. The voice of the divine does not shout through chaos. It speaks in stillness, where your mind is no longer pulled around by the energy of other people, where your intuition has space to rise up like clear water from a deep well. There are people you tried to hold on to, even when you knew in your heart that they no longer matched your path. There are environments you clung to simply because you thought you needed to belong somewhere. But chosen one, what leaves your life is arranged. What you lose is not a lack, it is protection. God never takes anything away from you without a reason. He sees what is behind the scenes that your eyes cannot see. He knows the conversations you never hear, the thoughts behind the smile that you cannot read, and the energies that could pull your mission off course. That is why He removes you sometimes at moments when you feel completely unprepared. The isolation you are going through is the space where your soul is reshaped. This is where exhaustion is replaced with strength, where doubt inside you is replaced with clarity, and where your heart, which has carried too many marks from this world, is healed and molded into the shape your mission requires. You cannot bring everyone with you on the path you were chosen to walk. Some people will only slow you down. Some will drag your energy down. Some will unintentionally damage what God is building inside you. So He closes doors. He holds you back. He hides you from things you are not yet strong enough to stand against. And in those long nights when you feel like you are completely alone, you are not alone at all. Isolation is not emptiness. It is a sacred space where chosen souls receive knowledge that the crowd will never be ready to understand. In the silence, You begin to hear the breathing of your own soul. You begin to see the road ahead more clearly. You begin to tell the difference between your true calling and the echoes of old distractions that once led you astray. Sooner or later, you will realize that this separation is not only protecting you, it is training you. It teaches you how to stand alone without fear, how to hear the divine even when the world is silent, and how to walk with a certainty you could never have while you were still lost in the crowd. Chosen souls always have to pass through a season of solitude before they are allowed to bring their light to the world. Chosen one, the moment you stop fighting your isolation and start listening to what it is giving you is the moment you begin to step into your true mission. This is not a season of abandonment. This is a season of preparation. This is where warriors are forged, where messengers are formed, and where your soul is lifted high enough to touch what others cannot understand. When the time comes, you will not step out as someone who was broken by loneliness. You will step out as someone reborn in stillness itself. Chosen one. If there is one thing that drains you faster than almost anyone else, it is not work and it is not physical tiredness. What breaks you down the most is the emotional energy you absorb from the people around you. You do not just hear their words. You feel the things they are not brave enough to admit. You do not just see their faces, you see through to what they are trying to hide. And this inborn gift, this gift that not every soul carries, is also the reason why you cannot be around too many people. For a very long time, your heart has been functioning like a delicate radar. It touches truth even when that truth is hiding behind a smile, behind gentle words, or behind a calm appearance. When others see only slightly sad eyes, you can already feel a storm swirling inside that person. When they act strong, you recognize the cracks. When they say, "I am fine," you feel the dark corners they cannot face. This is not a skill you trained yourself to have. It is the structure of your soul. From birth, you were given an unusually sensitive heart, not to make you weak, but to make you someone who can read the world in a language most people will never understand. But chosen one, this sacred gift carries an invisible weight, because when you feel so much, it becomes easy to carry everyone else's pain on your own shoulders. A conversation that seems simple on the surface can leave you with an emptiness that you cannot name. A brief exchange of eye contact can cause you to carry a whole story you have never lived through. A single day among crowds can throw you into exhaustion, as if you have just walked through a dozen silent emotional battles. Many times you do not understand why you suddenly feel sad, tired, or anxious for no clear reason. But if you look more closely, you will realize that these are not your emotions. They belong to the people you have unconsciously empathized with too deeply. Your heart is so open that you no longer know where your boundary is. You do not just listen, you absorb. You do not just understand, you carry part of their burden for them. And this world, chosen one, is not as gentle as you are. It is full of wounded souls, people who are stacked with fear and pain they have never had the courage to heal. When they come near you, your heart becomes a temporary shelter, the only place where they feel safe enough to open up. But when they feel lighter and walk away, you are the one left holding what they have dropped. Have you noticed that? Many people come to you even when you say almost nothing, just by being near you. The peace inside you makes them want to pour everything out. But when they feel relieved, you become heavy. This is why the divine calls you back into stillness. He knows that if your heart keeps opening without any boundaries, you will drown in emotions that are not yours. He removes you from chaotic places so that you have space to cleanse your own energy. He leads you into periods of isolation so your heart can recover from carrying burdens that no one else can see. He wants you to learn something that every chosen one must learn. Compassion does not mean you must accept everything. Kindness does not mean you must become the container for everyone's pain. Your sharp intuition needs protection, and your sensitive heart needs boundaries so that it does not get swept away by the emotional storms of this world. Empathy is the gift that allows you to understand others, but it is not meant for you to lose yourself inside them. It is meant to help you guide them, not to wear you out before your mission even begins. It makes you extraordinary, but only when you know how to protect your own energy from uncontrolled emotional currents. Chosen one, it is time for you to understand that your sensitivity is not a reason to run away from the world. It is the reason for you to move through it more wisely, with more intention, and with a clear sense of when to pull your energy back. You were not born to absorb everything. You were born to shine, and light can only keep shining when it is protected from the harsh winds that the world throws at it without meaning to. Chosen one, there is a truth your soul has sensed for a very long time, but only now are you truly ready to face it. Your journey was never just about surviving your days on this earth. You did not come here to blend into the chaos of everyday life. You came here with a mission, a sacred assignment written into your soul long before your body was formed. And to fulfill that mission, you need something most people have never learned: absolute clarity. Clarity is not something you can find standing in the middle of a crowd. When you are surrounded by competing voices, opposing opinions, and chaotic emotions spreading out everywhere, your soul cannot hear its true calling. Because you were chosen to carry a responsibility bigger than yourself, life will never allow you to stay lost in the noise. Every time your life suddenly becomes unusually quiet, that silence is not emptiness. It is a space that has been created so you can see more clearly what is happening beneath the surface. Chosen one. You have wondered many times why you keep being pulled away from groups that seemed like they would walk with you for a long time. Why the plans you placed so much hope in fell apart before you understood what happened. Why promising doors closed right at the moment you tried to step through them. What you did not know is that behind all of those events, something much greater was forming. God never allows you to walk down paths that would make you lose contact with your true purpose. He cuts, removes, and filters everything, not to hurt you, but to make sure that when your mission is activated, you are not being dragged away by any energy or distraction. There are people who carry energy that makes your mind foggy. There are conversations that make you forget where you are going. There are places that make you lose your sense of direction, even though they look attractive on the surface. But chosen one, the things the world is desperate to have are often the very things you must be protected from. You did not come here to be like everyone else. You came here to see through what they cannot see. To do that, you have to keep your mind as clear as still water under the moon. In silence, your intuition blooms. In separation, you hear messages rising from the depths of your soul. In isolation, you see paths that others will never notice. The moments you label as failure are actually times when the divine is rearranging everything so that you stand in the exact place with the exact posture at the exact time. Chosen one, never confuse delay with rejection. Delay happens when you need more time to become stronger, sharper, and still enough to recognize the right direction. Every season when you feel stuck, every day when you feel as if you are waiting in uncertainty, is a day when God is completing something inside you. When you think nothing is happening, the truth is that everything is moving powerfully beneath the level that human eyes can see. Your mission is not something that can begin while you are still shaken by the voices of the world. It can only begin when you are quiet enough to hear the voice within. When that moment comes, you will no longer feel lost. You will no longer be paralyzed by doubt. You will no longer be distracted. You will know instantly that this is the moment you step into the role you were born to carry. Remember that the chosen ones are never guided by human schedules. You are not bound by the pressure to achieve something on time, because your timeline is aligned with divine timing. Not too fast, not too slow, but exactly right. When that alignment unfolds, no door can stay shut in front of you. No words can shake you, and no force can pull you off your path. Chosen one, you have been held back, set apart, and protected, not because you are weak, but because you are being prepared for a mission that only the strongest and brightest souls can carry. When you step out of this quiet season, you will not emerge as someone who was hidden away. You will emerge as someone who has been lit up from within, ready to lead those who are still lost in the dark. The deep lesson you can take from this message is this: never force yourself to become part of a crowd your soul does not belong to. Listen to your intuition, protect your energy, honor your seasons of solitude, and know that every time you are held back, it is so that you can go farther. When you stop and listen, you will hear the calling. When you step away from the noise, you will see the path. When you trust divine timing, you will know that you have never walked alone. The way to apply this is simple but powerful. Give yourself time for stillness every day. Pay attention to your body and your emotions when you are around different people so you can recognize where you truly belong. Be brave enough to walk away from environments that dim your light, and step into your quiet moments as if you are entering a sacred room, a place where you are reconnected with yourself and with the one who called your name long before this world ever knew you existed. If today's message has touched you, I invite you to join the Prophetic History Explained community, where we unlock hidden truths together. Go deeper into the spiritual journey and explore the mysteries that have been protected for thousands of years about the sacred choosing of every soul. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so we have the strength to keep bringing you content that is deep, powerful, and life-changing in the videos to come.